My name is Jan Hamer, and I'm a composer and conductor. And your question is about how this seeing, this vision applies in the work that I do. Of course, I've been doing this seeing for many years, maybe 30 some, so it's really hypothetical to think about how I would be a different composer or a different conductor if this were not something that I had discovered along the way. However, I do feel it is extremely valuable in one's work and in a couple of specific ways for me as an artist. One is, as a composer, I think of myself and our friend this morning talking about how we are in the same eye as a famous painter, a famous poet of past times. I can think of myself as being in the same void, in the same creative matrix, the same neutral ground from which all ideas spring, as Beethoven, as Bach, as any great composer, Mozart, that I might care to associate with. Of course, I don't necessarily, as little Jan, have the same talent or the same experience as the composers of the past. But my goodness, we all are standing in the same point of being the source of ideas that pop out and where we have very little understanding of where they come from, or even of how we are treating them as they come out, of what is happening in order to make a piece of music. So there's a wonderful sense of amazement as I'm writing music. Where is this coming from? Who thought of this? What is the source of this idea? As a conductor, I am working with choirs, particularly singers. And of course, I'm waving my arms like this in front of the choir, and they are supposed to follow what I'm doing. The instruction to them always is, look at the conductor. Now, this is quite hilarious, because as I look here where the conductor is, I see nothing. There ain't no conductor here. So I tell them, you look at the conductor, you watch what I'm doing, and at the same time, I realize for them, of course, there is something here, there is someone here who's giving them some kind of instruction that's useful to them. For me, there's just openness. For me, there is a space, and there they are displayed beautifully in that space. And I literally open my arms as I conduct to make this space into which they appear, and they sing very beautifully. And then sometimes I cut them off at the end, and that is a sort of almost symbolically closing down that world, and it stops. I am the enjoyer of it, I'm the center of it, and it all happens right here in my space.